This is the freaking KoperCrabb Podcast.
I'm Cheney Crab.
I am Naveen Copperwise.
If you would like to buy merch from the podcast, that is t-shirts for now. We'll have coffee mugs and beer cups, whatever,
beer
glasses.
Cups. Yeah.
In a couple of weeks, it's KoperCrabb.bigcartel.com. If you would like to grab ENTHEOS merch, that's the band that we play in, go to ENTHEOSofficial.bigcartel.com and I will send you the merch. And if you want to go to our other merch store, find some other shirts for yourself, go to our nightshift.com/collection/ENTHEOS. If you would like to call into the podcast, leave a voicemail, ask a question, leave a comment, go to 615-420-7342. We also have a Discord that you guys should join.
A lot of people jumping in the Discord.
A lot of people jumping in the Discord. So you can ask questions in the Discord throughout the week. You can also call into the Discord. There are people listening live on Twitch right now. You can call into the Discord and, you can be a live caller on the podcast if you want to wait for about a half an hour.
I know. But the thing is, I feel kind of sorry for the people that missed that hype pre-show.
I know.
They're dropping in all these emotes and all this fun stuff and listening to music.
If you're
we were playing LeChat. We were playing jazz, teenage jazz.
So basically, if you guys are just listening on YouTube, that's cool. You can catch up. But I think that the actual fun is on Twitch.
And
I got to be real.
It's free.
It's free.
It's literally free. You just stop into the Twitch and hang out, have fun.
You stop into the Twitch
directly. So I don't know why you wouldn't do that. It makes zero sense.
I know. It makes zero sense.
It's Tuesday night.
So go to our Twitch.
On, literally.
It's twitch.tv/KoperCrabb. It's very easy to remember. Just go there. And now we're starting to sound like an ad for Twitch.
Yeah, it's true.
Which we kind of are.
I guess
but
so.
Check it out.
I wonder sometimes if the YouTube community, they're like, great, my podcast is ruined now.
Yeah,
but I don't think we talk about Twitch that much.
Only 20% of the podcast.
we talk about it at the very beginning, and then we talk about it at the end because we go back over.
That's true.
To the hang.
But yeah, we do have a cool radio hour thing going now before and after the podcast.
That might be a thing, dude. Fuck it.
Naveen goes live on Thursdays and writes music. I'm gonna start going live with vocals. We've just been trying to get through like this next week of our lives because we're really preparing very hard for our new album right now, and we're both fucking exhausted.
We tried to cancel the podcast.
We did.
Straight up, man.
And Harrison, we're gonna tell you if we try to cancel again, just tell us we're not allowed to do it.
Yeah,
which you kind of did today.
Yeah,
you kind of did. You're like, I don't know. You guys have never really done a bad podcast.
I know. We were
just
like,
fucking do it, losers.
So we're both like hella thrashed, me and Cheney.
Hey, can I announce these shows really quick?
Oh yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
So if you guys want to come and see our band live, we're playing Whitechapel's Christmas show. It's their annual benefit. It's in Knoxville, Tennessee. And that's with, of course, Whitechapel and Orthodox, who are a cool, Tennessee. They're like a hardcore-y band. And then the Guild, and they're a fucking sick band, too. It's going to be a great night of Tennessee bands because we are now a Tennessee band.
Gilded Lobsters.
Gilded Lobsters. And if you guys want to see us talk in real life, which would probably be entertaining, you can take videos and make fun of us or whatever you want to do. Show your mom. Then we're going to be speaking at the Beatdown Brunch at the Concourse in Knoxville, Tennessee on October 23rd at 11:30 a.m. It's hosted by Beatdown King and Lizzie Livingston, who is a friend of ours. She's a fantastic promoter out of Knoxville. She's fucking killing it.
Harrison, you going to come to that with us?
You should. You should.
I just realized you should come.
Harrison's going to come with us. So there's someone
are we allowed to stream it? Let's stream it. Fuck it.
I was going to ask her.
Let's stream it.
I think we might also stream it. We might do that on Twitch. I'm assuming it's going to be something like the podcast, but there is also a Bloody Mary bar and a food truck. So if you want to come and see me and Naveen be sort of buzzed at 11:30 in the morning and talk shit.
Sort of buzzed. We'll call it sort of.
Talk shit. We're going to be sort of buzzed. And by that, I mean we're probably going to drink the night before and be hungover and then hair the dog. So
wait, that's on Sunday. Maybe we should go there on a Saturday.
Yeah.
And stay.
Dude,
and have some fun.
A work trip. Harrison, are you in for it? It's a work trip.
So down.
All right. We're
let's
down.
Fucking do it.
We're doing it. We're going to check out Knoxville. And so maybe come and hang out with us in Knoxville. Meet us at a bar.
Let's figure out something to do on the Saturday night. You want to do that? That'd be fun.
Absolutely. So why are we exhausted?
Oh, yeah. So this week we have been filming music videos. And it's been a really good time.
It's been fantastic, but also I'm going to go out on a limb and say shooting music videos is way more exhausting than playing shows.
Yeah, I agree.
So, for all of you out there who have never shot a music video, essentially you'll have a call time and you get there. And for me, I get my hair and makeup done by a fantastic makeup and hair artist, Jillian Savage. She's great. She's in Nashville. She's married to Ben Savage from Whitechapel. That is how we met. And she is absolutely killing it. I gave her a hug yesterday because I was so freaked out on how rad I thought I looked in the music video. But so I get my makeup done. The people who are working on our videos, Allie and David.
Yeah, I think we should mention
my
that.
good eye visuals. They'll set up lights and set up stuff with Naveen, and
we've never done videos with them, by the way. We're a new experience.
Yeah,
and they're freaking so sick. It's ridiculous.
Incredibly on it and pro. And I'm really kind of obsessed with the visual aspects of just things in our band. Obviously, I can use that, all of the knowledge that I have about that with our band. And I've been watching the videos that Dave and Allie make for years. They've made a lot of videos that, people probably know about. They've made Whitechapel videos and Cannibal Corpse and Rivers of Nile and Guar, all kinds of amazing, Upon a Burning Body, a bunch of bands' videos. So I've been kind of obsessing over these videos for a couple of years, and they were the only people I had in mind to work on the music videos for our upcoming record. And we got incredibly lucky. They wanted to work with us, and we're working together now. So yesterday we shot one music video, and tomorrow we're shooting 2 more. And just the experience yesterday, because we have shot music videos before, and the experience of working with Allie and David, it's just I feel so understood about where our band is where I want us to be on an aesthetic level. And just they're so pro. And
well, I don't know if they're the most pro. They are really pro, but I think where they're really shining is they told us they listened to the songs a bunch of times. Yeah. And you can kind of tell when they were filming. And they did this one shot with Cheney where it was he had the camera freehand, and he was he called it a dance, and it was between him and Cheney, and they were going back and forth and moving around. And dude, it was, I took some of it on my phone just from the monitor. It was legendary out. I was hearing the song in a new way, because of what they were doing. And I've never felt that way before.
I never have.
I'm usually, when I do videos, I'm kind of begrudgingly doing them. Videos are dumb. I don't want to do this.
Yeah, because shooting music videos can be a taxing thing. So you like I said, you get there at a certain time, and I get hair and makeup done. You change into your outfit, and each of us basically shoots through a song 3 or 4 times to get all of the angles. I tend to shoot more. Because
but honestly,
I'm a vocalist.
They did less takes than normal, in my opinion, which was cool. I mean, it kind of let me know we know what we want to get. We just want to get the good ones.
I mean, I think that we between the time of hair and makeup and the video being done, it took us I think we got there at 4. The video we called it wraps by 9:30. Yeah, so it didn't take a terribly long amount of time, but it was also because we all went in prepared. Yeah, and we, there was no sometimes you have to do reshots and stuff, but I feel we all kind of did our thing. And by all of us, I mean me and Naveen and Evan.
Yeah. So another thing worth mentioning is I played guitar in the video.
Yeah.
So I played guitar on this album. So we do have guitar players that play with us live, but we kind of had already planned on doing the videos with the album lineup essentially. Yeah. So we're going to do a live video with everybody, with the full lineup, but we were just fuck it, let's do these ones, just us. Right. And after I did the guitar takes, I was kind of bummed to go back to drums. I was
I have to
over
be
it. I was
real.
like, this sucks.
Drums were the last thing we shot because we had to pull in the entire drum kit,
it was
and
whack.
Everyone by the time we did drums was kind of like, "Fuck." Dude,
They didn't
we're
even
all
care.
tired.
Like, all right, we're
I was like
wrapping up.
eating a falafel, like just ready to go.
I'm not gonna lie. Like, okay, so in order for me to be able to, I know it's a music video. You're not like actually playing, but I still needed to learn the songs. And everybody's like, "Oh, Naveen played guitar on the album. He can play." It wasn't really my idea for me to play guitar in the videos. It was kind of like everybody else.
No, I think that it was everyone else, and our manager really like pushed it all the way through. Our manager
was like really hyped.
He was like,
"Yeah,
listen, Naveen's playing fucking guitar on the
crazy
album.
if
Yeah, I
Naveen
just
did it,
think
you know?
that'd be so fucking
like
sick."
he played guitar on the album. Let's have him do it. You know, so and like Metal Blade was hyped
So we had
on
a
it and
hype
everything.
man.
So I'm like, okay, but you know, little do they know, when I record guitar, I'm doing, if you've watched, you know, my little Twitch stream or whatever, I'm doing, you can see
my little if you watch my little
you can
that's
see
like
I'm doing
yourself.
1 second at a time. You know, it's stop animation.
Yeah.
I can play guitar kinda, but I just never work up songs.
If I was there, if you were in the studio yesterday, you think you play guitar.
Yeah,
you might even be like, I was kind of like, is Naveen better at guitar than he is at drums? I was like, do we need to call Chase
I know,
in and
dude.
get him
I
on?
was thinking, I was like, fuck it, let's go 3 guitars.
Go through this list. Who's the person we're calling if you go to guitar? It's obviously Chasen.
Chasen is the only guy like that I've ever toured with where I'm like, he could play my, like, I'm not saying, this isn't like a brag. I'm just saying, like, he could play my style.
No, he's got a very similar style. It's very, like, half chopsy, half death metal.
Yeah.
Chasen is, I mean, like you and Chasen are my favorite drummers.
That Oceano tour, I was like, dude, he could play ENTHEOS songs and it would be fucking sick.
Yeah,
it might even be sicker. I'm not even gonna lie.
Chasen is just like,
yeah.
So what we would do, what we would actually do,
if one of our guitar players can't make a tour, I'm trying to jump on guitar.
I don't even think it would be if one of them couldn't make a tour. I think we'd just go 3.
Go 3 triple assault.
Triple assault.
Dude, just rip
we'd make it worth it to have a triple assault. And we'd just rip it, and we'd bring Chase and Westmoreland out with us.
I know I joke around a lot, and I'm like hyperbolic and stuff, but I'm not gonna lie. When I jumped back on drums, I was bummed. I was like, this is not as cool. I want to be
I'm surprised,
ripping it, dude, in the front.
Amount that you like get it on guitar. I was like, damn. I was actually going to ask you to stand still a little bit.
No, I hyped it. So that's the thing. Like, so I worked up the songs. I can play the songs. So I'm
really
going to make some playthroughs of me playing them. But mind you, this is like all I've been doing. I've been like dedicated, like I'm fucking ripping.
You've been
That's why I posted a couple
out.
videos on my Instagram of me playing the leads and stuff. That's like why, because I had to learn them. And dude, I was tripping.
Yeah, you've
Channing
been
and I got into like a little tiff over it.
Well, I had to give you like the fucking like.
I was like, why the fuck are you making me do this, dude? This sucks. Let's just get someone else to do it. I can't do this.
Yeah, I had to give you like the pep talk of all pep talks.
Yeah, it was whack, man.
And I'm not good. I'm not the best person at pep talks because I just want to be like, you dumb fucking dude. Like, you dumb motherfucker. How do you not see that you're like killing it at these guitar parts? So I pulled up a music video.
Yeah.
And I was like, Naveen, look at this music video. This is how much they're going to show you playing guitar. I was like, I'm the one they're going to be showing the most of. I need to, like, you don't need to be worried about your fucking guitar.
I guess just I'm self-conscious because I don't view myself as a guitar player. So I wanted to show up and just be like, I wanted to wow everybody. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think it worked. I think you did it.
But,
and you know what's funny is I was getting my makeup done as you were playing guitar, and I was like talking to Jill and just like telling her how you'd been stressing out for the past 2 weeks. And I was like, of course he's over there killing it. And like, I could hear you like doing your like Naveen laugh when people are doting over you.
Oh my God.
You were like, I just could tell you were stoked, and it was awesome.
That was hype. That was legendary, man.
Yeah, it's gonna turn out really awesome, and
that was so fun.
I'm excited for the videos that we're doing tomorrow because yesterday was kind of like our like playing shoot, which we're playing in the videos tomorrow, but they've also got a little more like theatrical moments going on, so we're gonna be doing a lot of that.
Yesterday I think was like the straight up we're playing the whole time video, and so yeah, we made it work. It was really fun, but like I'm not gonna lie, really going in on the guitar, giving it my all, full body headbanging and shit.
Yeah.
And like, I'm sore. My whole body is sore.
I'm so sore.
And like, I work out. You know, I'm not like a crazy workout person, but like, I work out a few times a week, like pretty hard to do. You know, a lot of calisthenics and stuff like that.
We pretty much go to the gym like every day.
Yeah, and like, I'm fucking sore. Like, even my legs. Like my quads are sore. Yeah, I don't know why.
I am too. Well, there was one shot where there was like Allie was on the ground, kind of catching me like, it was like a slanted looking up position, and I was like having to, you know, that was the camera I was speaking to, so I was like leaned in doing all these shots.
Yeah.
And that kind of like, it was almost like doing a lunge or something.
Maybe that's because I did have a hardcore power stance a couple times.
Right. You don't notice things like that you do, but it's so much more taxing because here's the thing. It's like I'm doing vocals the entire time and they sound like not always as good as they would live because I'm like not warmed up. I haven't been playing shows.
Right.
I'm kind of just like honestly exerting myself a million times more because it's just, you know, I'm not using a microphone. I can't hear anything in my in-ears. So I'm just like going at 1,000,000 miles an hour. And it's hard to think. There are people around you who are capturing you. And it's like,
they're like looking at their watch. Like,
yeah,
we're going to order lunch.
And if you're not used to shooting a music video, like, which I feel like we're both pretty used to shooting music videos. We know what goes in it. It's like, it can be kind of
not on guitar, wasn't, man. I was nervous.
That's true.
Fuck, I straight up said, I was like, dude, I'm hella nervous right now, man.
But luckily you went first. There are fucking flies flying around this room. It's so annoying.
I know.
God, we've been leaving our cat door open and flies get in through it.
Bastards.
And these flies in Nashville
suck.
are fucking dumb. They're so easy to kill.
No, these ones aren't anymore, dude. They like, I don't know, they leveled
up. They've mutated.
Dude. Yeah.
They're fucking the fly mutation.
But anyway, it's cool because the way it worked with their schedule is they had to take today to do some editing on another video in their hotel. Like they're from New York, so they like.
Or no, they live in Pennsylvania.
Oh, okay, Pennsylvania. They drove down here with a whole fucking trailer of shit, and they're staying in a hotel, and then they're like editing. They have a crazy schedule too, so they're like editing a video.
They have a crazier. Honestly, when we tried to cancel the podcast today, I was thinking of Allie and David. I know. And I was like, they had a 19 fucking hour-long day on Saturday. They did a Clutch live stream, which you guys should go and check out. Clutches,
and they didn't even care.
They didn't care. And then they drove from Pennsylvania to Tennessee on Sunday. So we're talking Saturday, a 19-hour day. Sunday, they drove down to Nashville from Pennsylvania. Monday, they worked with they did a shoot before us because they were catching up with something that they had to get a
guest. There was a guest performance they had to get for another video they were doing. So that's why we didn't start till 4. So they were in there early.
Yeah.
Doing
they were
a
in
green
there at
screen.
Like 10.
And then we showed up. Then they did our video. They didn't get out of there till 10:30. Yeah. And then
now today
they're editing a whole thing in their hotel, and then we're going back tomorrow. We're doing 2 videos.
Tomorrow we're doing 2 videos, and I know that our video has to be edited. Our first video has to be edited by like mid-October. And I know they have a million other videos to edit right now.
Yeah, that's why we were like, all right, we can't back out.
I'm now comparing my work ethic to theirs. And it's like...
We're lazy.
We're fucking lazy.
We're lazy.
They're hustling and killing it. So it was inspiring. It's always inspiring to like meet people.
We should have got them on the fucking show.
I know.
Man.
I would love to do another podcast with them because they are fucking amazing.
They're also another couple who works together.
Yeah.
Like us, so.
Right, which is always cool to meet.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been an awesome experience. And
another cool thing that we did while we're on the topic, fuck it. Yeah. So we did the first video. It was like the idea was to do it in a white room. And we had actually done a video in a white room before. So I was kind of like not that hyped on it.
For the world without us.
Like when we showed up at the set, I was like, all right, another white room. Oh, that's kind of whatever. But since then, like if anybody's seen us live, you've seen our program lights. So what we did was we turned the lights around and shined them at the white wall. And it's not even, it looks fucking insane. Like it looks super demonic. I mean, it looks fucking crazy. And then you can't even tell the wall's white. Like it looks like red craziness and then black sometimes because we had it kind of dark.
Yeah.
And so At first I was tripping like, oh, this is gonna kind of look like our other video, but it doesn't look anything like it.
No, not at all. It's the best music video we've shot, and I'm excited to see the ones tomorrow. Today, Naveen and I have been working on like
we program
special effects and lights programming and all kinds of stuff today. So know the hustle really never ends for a band. It just never ends, and I'm exhausted today. But we're doing a podcast, and call time tomorrow is at noon. So tomorrow, if you're out there, if you're into like praying to the universe, then fucking pray for us tomorrow, because at noon Central Standard Time, Naveen and I are gonna be.
I'm down, dude. I want because you know what's the sad reality is, after tomorrow, I'm probably never gonna get to perform guitar again.
You probably will in about a year and a half.
Yeah, I don't know.
But
I don't know, man. I kind of want to rip it on stage now, dude. I would, and if we have 3 guitar players, fuck it, I'd let them hold it down. I'll just rip it, like, just be.
You just come in when the solos come in.
Fucking stage dive.
I think Rob Brown is our hype.
I know it's hard to match.
Sorry, Naveen, I don't think you're that hype.
I know. Like yesterday, I was like, Rob would have been like airborne.
Yeah.
I was like, should I introduce some? I don't know if I have those kind of ups though.
Man, I'm excited for the day that we have Rob on the podcast, because we were talking about this today. Like, Rob is the number one most positive person that either of us have ever been on tour with. We could play to 2 people. Yeah. There could be 2 people in the crowd.
He's like a positive affirmation.
And Rob would have been like, man, I don't fucking care. We were still hyping.
Yeah.
Those 2 people fucking loved it.
Yeah. Like, we fucking killed it. They were fucking going crazy.
Yeah, dude. And that's why it's fantastic to have a person like Rob around, because I feel like he can't be brought down.
He can't be.
He spins everything into something positive. I love Rob so much. I just love the lineup that we have so much.
We got a really good lineup. And I'm excited for the live video too. It's going to be sick.
I am too.
And we got another thing.
I don't know if we're allowed to say it. Are we allowed to say?
You know me. I don't care. I got a big mouth.
Well, so we're shooting a live video at our Knoxville Christmas show, and
we're doing another live performance. We'll leave it there.
Right. Are we allowed to say?
I don't know if we're allowed to or not. So
all right. We're going to wait to say. But
we're doing another thing that we've done in the past that's really cool.
Oh no, I'm not saying that. I was gonna say who's playing with us at the Christmas show.
You announced it already.
No, the person in our band who is playing with us.
Oh, yeah, we should say that for sure.
Evan is gonna play the Christmas show with us.
Yeah, he's in the music videos. He's doing the Christmas show, and he's doing another special performance that we're gonna do.
Yeah. So, if you come to the Christmas show in Knoxville, you'll see Evan Brewer. Back on stage.
Hopefully
with
more
ENTHEOS.
to come, because it's been yesterday. It was hype.
Oh my god, seeing Evan play. There's something about seeing Evan play that just warms my heart and enhances my spirit. But the flies around here.
Oh my god, it's actually like it seems like there's a million flies. There's like one fly.
There's one. It's just there are actually 2.
Bastard.
But
they always roll around together too.
But we should talk about. So we went to the Vulvodynia show.
Yeah, we should talk about last week. Last week, legendary. I mean, that was so fucking fun.
Yeah.
Like, right when Duncan showed up to the house, I was like, well, first of all, just seeing him on the porch, like, it was just this weird, like, worlds colliding. Like,
yeah.
Okay, dude, it's happening. Like, this is real. And, because we had a lot of communication with him, but we weren't really sure if that was going to, like, happen or not, to be honest.
Yeah, we weren't sure if we were going to do it.
Yeah, that's why we were like
the night before.
Yeah, let's just see what happens if he makes it cool. And then he caught an Uber over here from their venue, which is like 20 minutes away or something like that.
Yeah.
And then fucking bastard. And then so he showed up and I was like, okay, this is going to be sick.
Right.
We honestly, what a legend, dude. That guy is awesome. And like The Twitch stream was sick. Him on the podcast was so fucking cool, man. Yeah, if you guys
didn't catch that podcast, we posted it on YouTube on Friday.
Yeah.
And Duncan was one of my favorite guests, and I know I said this during the podcast, but literally no bands make it out of South Africa. Name another death metal South African band. You can't.
Yep. And it's not because he's fucking rich. It's not because
it has nothing to do with that. Dude, has to do with how fucking hard those guys work, how much hustle is in their spirit. They don't really let anything let them down. They're just positive dudes. They're good dudes, and they wanted to play music for a living. Yeah. Tom, their drummer, is in a ska band. Like Duncan was saying, they all like, you know, invest themselves in different musical projects, and that's how they've been able to make it work. And all of those guys play music for a living. I know that Chris, who plays bass, like has to do with robotics. He does something with robotics. Like he's super smart, and does something with that. But those guys are amazing, and to get yourself out of a country that's so far away from the U.S. and to tour in the U.S. is an incredible thing, because I think that we can take it for granted a bit being from the U.S., but other bands, when they get on tours that are in this country, they celebrate. It's like a big fucking deal. I remember Sleep Makes Waves came over from Australia and toured with us when we were on tour with The Contortionist. And it's just a big fucking deal when people make it to the US, because there's a big market here. There's a big market in Canada, and they're really hard markets to reach because a lot of the time they're inclusive to American bands. So
you're already here. You've cut out a whole, like they're starting the tour at like a huge deficit. I mean, they have all the visas, all the freaking, I think it's like $5,000 to get the band the visas to come here, and the plane tickets and all that stuff, and arranging the gear. You don't just show up and it's a bunch of gear. You got to have a drum set, and you got to
it's
have the travel,
a mode of transportation. Yeah, it's a lot of shit. So
and it's not like there's a model. Like for us, there's kind of a U.S. band's model. Like you get a Ford van, and you try to get on some tours and blah blah. You know what I mean? Like we kind of know the deal, like how to the steps. Like they didn't have that,
right?
So they were just. It's just really cool. I feel like how Duncan in particular made it happen. Like he was saying, he was commenting on everyone's shit and fucking like just spamming basically.
Yeah,
and it like worked out,
right?
And then it was so sick that we got to have him here in person, and then we all jumped in our van and like rolled down to Nashville and went to the show together, and like they ripped it and stuff, and we hung out all night. And
Signs of the Swarm was awesome too.
Yeah,
Decatur was awesome. It was great to meet those guys. Upon a Burning Body, and we hung out all night. The Inferi dudes were there.
Yeah,
we got a little too drunk, right, Harrison?
I know. Harrison was fucking hurting at work the next day.
I honestly, like, here's the thing. I love drinking White Claws, but when people start busting out the shots, I'm just like, dude, I'm fucking good.
I was telling the shot story earlier. So, like, we had quite a few White Claws on the podcast or whatever we were drinking. I don't know.
Yeah, I'd like 4.
And I was like, all right, I'm kind of lit. And then we get to the show, obviously, and we're in, when you're in that, like, good spirit, we're having a good time, everything is great, let's go vibe. That's kind of bad for me. So we get there, and obviously
party boys, going what we bar. Call Naveen.
Yeah, party boys coming out, and we go to the bar, and we're fucking drinking Trulies and blah 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 blah. And so then I was like, you know what, I need to like chill a little. I'm gonna chill. So Ben came up. Ben Towles, Towles, if you're in
as
our
we
camp.
Like to call him.
He's on the podcast. Episode 90 something.
It was hilarious.
It was really funny. That guy's awesome. We should have him on again. Fuck it.
Yeah, we will.
He's
in Grey Lotus.
He's like, Naveen, dude, do you want to go get a beer or something? And I was like, you know what? I'm going to chill for a second. And then he walks away. As soon as he does that, Harrison shows up. Boom. 3 ice cold White Claws. I'm like, all right, let's fucking go. And he's like, just, there for everybody. Let's go.
Oh my gosh.
And then we went to a bar afterwards. Losers. I kind of wanted to just show the guys like somewhat of a Nashville bar.
Yeah, totally.
Even though it was like a Wednesday night, and like Nashville's kind of weird. Like it's way more hype on the weekends, I've noticed.
Yeah.
Especially like in Midtown where we were.
Right.
But anyway, I was like, let's just go, check out like kind of a Nashville bar. There's one up the street. Let's go check it out. Anyway, we're there, and Ben's like, oh, I'm gonna get like a special shot for everybody. When I hear special shot, I'm thinking like girly shot, like a fucking
excuse you,
redheaded slut or something like that.
Whoa.
You know what I'm talking about? Come on.
Dude, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, and then something like that sounds good. Like I don't know, a lemon drop or something like fruity and
something
good.
That has little to no alcohol and a lot of sugar.
Exactly. I was like, that sounds good. He's like, here you go, dude. I like knock it back. Harrison, you did it too, right?
I didn't do that one.
You didn't do that one?
Smart.
Good for you, man.
That's a smart dude.
It was straight tequila. And I was like, I'm fucked now.
That's when your thing is rocked.
No, I was like, that's it. I can't drink. I was like, I'm probably going to go outside and throw up.
Yeah.
I can't drink anymore. And I think I need to go home.
This is what I do. This is a really fucked up thing I do when people buy me shots of straight tequila. Unprecedented, like we didn't talk about it. My sister did this when she came and visited.
I was telling that story
I take the shot of tequila and I straight up take a shot and pour it on the ground.
Yeah.
And I pretend to take the shot. Yeah. And I'm like, my
sister
caught me though. I was like, psh, over the shoulder.
Oh, you got caught. Okay, so I did that.
I am too old to do fucking shots. Okay? Of
if
pure alcohol. Dude, I'll get there. Like
it's
we
horrible,
don't need to be on the same level. I'm going to get there with you. I'm just going to do it in my own way.
Yeah. So surprisingly enough, I was like, okay, well, my night's over now.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. I think I might have drank some water after that because I'd already had like, I don't know, 10, who knows how many freaking of these stupid seltzers I had.
Right. Just trying to keep the calories low and go into like 3,000
Yeah, it's like,
calories.
I'm going to do low cal, but I'm going to drink 12 of these, 1,200 calories.
And be like not drunk.
Yeah. So I was drunk.
Could have had just vodka.
So then I do the shot or whatever, and then I'm like, all right, guys, let's fucking walk back. It's not going to work. And then I was okay. Luckily enough, we got a ride home, which was cool.
Yeah, because I fucking pedaled Stevie for a ride home.
I know. He's like, I'm going home. And we're like, you live next to us. Let's get a ride.
Stevie, the vocalist from In Fury.
Yeah. And then I felt pretty good. But there were some other people, I'm not going to call them out, who were so much more drunk than me that it made me feel like sober.
Yeah. I actually enjoy having that. It's like a person who's shit-faced. Who maybe people are screaming in their face to wake him up.
Maybe the bartender's
he might be listening to the podcast.
Maybe the bartender's like,
he probably
you need to wake up. You need to clear your bar tab here. Did you see that?
Yeah, and then you have Ben screaming in your face because Ben's also wasted, and Ben's like, wake the fuck up!
Horrible, man.
Yeah,
it was bad.
So I guess people can like whittle that down to who lives in Nashville. And who that could be.
Hey, good times.
Yeah, dude, it was great times.
Great times. So yeah, then I think we came home.
No hate, it was fun.
And you know what? It wasn't that late. It was only like 12:30 or something.
Oh man, that's when you know it's fucked up for you.
Yeah.
Was it not 12:30?
It was like 2:30.
Was it really?
Okay.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah,
fuck.
Harrison's like, did we order food? Is that when we got Philly cheesesteaks? No, I think we didn't. No, I came home and ate calorie.
Yeah, I ate some bullshit fucking low.
Because I was like I was sober. Shit, essentially, I could have driven home.
I was hurting. I was like, because that shot, man, they fucked me up. And then that one that you're talking about with your sister.
Yeah.
So Cheney's family came into town like right when we first moved here. Mm-hmm. And we did the hayride, like Nashville party.
It's not a hayride. It's a party bus.
Yeah, tractor thing.
Yeah, there's no hay in it.
You know what I mean, though.
No, no one knows what you mean. Hayrides are for Halloween.
If you went on Google and typed in party hayride, it would come up.
It would come up with a fucking hayride. Type it in, Harrison.
It would come up with the same one that we did.
Let's type it up.
It definitely would.
Literally party hayride.
Yeah. Watch.
It's going to come up with a
it's
Halloween
gonna be the
hayride.
one we did. Put it into images.
What did it come up with? Can you flash it to the TV? Oh, it's JD Beck and Tommy.
See what you could have got. That's it. That's it right there.
It's not any of these.
Wagon tour.
Yeah, it's like the 15th thing.
No, it's not. That's
okay, it was the first. All right. Fuck it.
That's what I'm saying. Anyway, so we did that, and we were obviously
all right, you're right.
being shitheads. Yeah, and then your sister's
I was dancing.
Let's do a fucking shot.
Well, because the thing is on that, like they're trying to get people wasted on that. You have to buy beer before you go on it, but everyone's doing Jello shots. So at like 3:00 in the afternoon, we were shit-faced wasted off of this.
And then afterwards, so we go downtown with Cheney.
Dancing to Britney Spears songs from
You know what's
93.
hilarious, though, Cheney, about your family is I have like such a bad track record of being way too annihilated around your family.
Well, that's just, dude, that's Iowa.
I know.
And it's not my family.
And that's the thing. That's why I realized that they were cool because they were never like, man, what this guy sucks. They've
just never been like, Cheney, break up with this fucking dude.
All right, what do you want for dinner?
Yeah, man? They're like, Naveen had a hard time on the toilet last night, like puking in there last night, and they'll like give you a pillow and stuff.
Yeah,
that's the thing.
So I literally
here's
slept
something
in
that
our
people don't know
after the tractor ride.
Yeah,
by the way,
did. Well, my dad
horrible.
I wasn't picking my nose; I was moving my nose. So I caught that. But my dad was also pretty, lit. Yeah. After that,
it made my dad
was like, my dad was considering opening a bar in Nashville.
Yeah,
he was like, I want to move here. I want to open a bar. And that's, dude, Iowans. Here's the thing: we have winter.
Love them, man.
Winter is like 4 months a year. We love to party in Iowa. Have you ever met any of my friends who don't like to party?
No.
There's not an Iowan who doesn't. You know what? We like to have fucking fun.
Yeah.
I don't care. Most of us aren't straight edge. Like, we don't. I do have friends who are straight edge from back in the day, but a lot of them broke because
they're Iowan straight edge.
They're Iowan.
I don't know what that means. But
you know how they have California? I'm California sober, meaning I smoke like as much weed as possible. Iowans, I don't know, dude. We like to like chill and party, and we have a fun time, and we're fun people. So Naveen's mixing in with my family.
When we first started hanging out, and I would like fly to Iowa like after tours and stuff, it would be crazy. I'd be like, wow, this is amazing.
Yeah, it's like these people are nut jobs.
This is a good time.
Californians aren't necessarily known for their partying.
Yeah,
Californians aren't very fun.
Know. Yeah, a little more reserved. To be honest,
more reserved.
I think the Californians are a little more concerned with appearing
outward
to be cool.
Appearance. Yeah.
Being cool, or like they don't want to say anything stupid on accident.
Honestly, I don't meet people from anywhere else who really do that.
Yeah.
Like people I've met here, no one here gives a fuck. Like everyone here is kind of like they're Iowan.
Yeah. Well, Iowans are here like it's insane.
And Iowans love Nashville. Yeah. It's like, this is Nash Vegas.
That's what I'm saying.
This is the Las Vegas of the Midwest.
How many % do you think that are on Broadway that are from Iowa? Like, I would give it
15.
12 to 15% straight. Yeah. Every time we go there, we see like a group of Iowans.
Yeah, one time we met a group of Iowans, and I was like, oh, I'm from Iowa too. Well, they see my tattoo.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm from Iowa too. Check it out. And they're like, where are you from? And I tell them Des Moines, and they're like, ugh, that is so typical of you.
Hate it.
It's like, I don't think it's typical actually, because I'm not like from a farm in Cedar Rapids.
Yeah, whatever. Fuck it. Right. But I know that. So we were speaking of the Discord. I think we have quite a few questions.
Yeah, let's roll into questions.
We're creeping up on 40 minutes. We should.
There's a new brewery down the street from our house, and we hit it up right before the.
Well, like I said, we were hurting.
Harrison, we're thinking we should meet at the brewery.
Yeah.
Before the podcast from now on, and like go and have a beer.
We're thinking 7:30. We meet there. We have a beer.
Yeah.
And we come on.
And then we come on over here.
Absolutely.
Loosen up a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, if you guys are just tuning in, if you're here for the first time since the last, like, what are you? Is this your 4th episode? 5th?
No, 3rd.
We don't know. It seems like we were talking about this earlier.
You did the first episode, and then
we had 2 last week.
Right.
Oh,
we were talking about this earlier, and we were like, it feels like we met Harrison like 3 years ago. Yeah, and he's been working on the podcast for 3 years.
Can't imagine it.
Yeah, so don't stop coming, Harrison. God damn it.
He would let all the fucking golden lobsters down.
I know, he'd let the golden lobsters really, really down.
I'll leave as soon as you guys get an actual camera for me.
All right, we're doing a.
We don't have to do it.
What's it called? No, we're doing it. We're doing it. He's gonna love it too. He's gonna be like, "Oh, I'm a star now."
I think we should do a Harrison.
To the 5 people.
Well, he had mentioned so when one of the reasons why we wanted to get him is because we're boomers with Twitch.
Right.
And he was like, oh, well, you can set up like fundraisers.
Thank you for my paper towel shout out.
And so today I was like, let's do a fundraiser, Harrison Cam. So when they want to raise the money for the camera, boom, you can see them.
Dude, okay, can I say something? Mike Caputo's motherfucking ass. Hey, Mike, are you coming through Nashville anytime soon? Because I see people asking you to get on the podcast. And
yeah, that would be sick.
See, I keep getting podcast requests. And if you guys haven't been listening to the podcast for very long, so we like to have guests in person. It always makes for a better podcast.
We've definitely done the Zoom thing, but
they
it's
suck.
just not as
they
cool.
all suck.
It's
I'm
not as
sorry.
cool.
Every time we get done with
if we had
Zoom,
Duncan on Zoom, 50% is cool, straight up.
Yeah, it wouldn't have been as hype. It wouldn't have been.
He was here in the flesh. It was fucking awesome.
Dude, there's something different about being able to give someone a hug before you get on the podcast
We're
with them.
cheersing and shit.
Yeah, and we're all just chilling
time.
the fuck out. People who get on Zooms with us do not like to drink. Malika, I think, is the only person who has drank. Mm-hmm. Actually, Malika's interview was pretty good.
Yeah.
You know, people like that, I think, who are out of the country, it makes sense to get.
Well, I think if it's on Zoom, it's a little more of an interview.
Yeah.
But if they're here, we're hanging out. We're having a good time.
I remember there was one Zoom in particular, and I'm not going to say which one it was, but that made us want to stop doing podcasts. And it wasn't because that person was not a cool person.
We had done a ton of Zooms.
Yeah, it was because I felt like it was so much of a questionnaire that it just wasn't what I wanted our podcast to be.
Yeah, like we're not like reporters.
Yeah, we're we want to talk to people about their pasts and stuff, but this is how our podcast isn't going to go. So Naveen, take me back to the animosity days and tell me about your first show. That's not really what we're going for.
No, we're not doing that.
So Mike, the minute that you are coming through Nashville, we will come. We'll Uber your ass right over to our house, and we'll chill the fuck out. And
we'll go to the brewery.
We'll go to the brewery, and we want you on the podcast. But that's how we do podcasts, and so we kind of have to wait for people to come through Nashville. But yeah, so where did this?
I don't know. You said something. You said he said something funny.
Oh, he said Cheney didn't ask how long the podcast has been going before questions. Not on my bingo card. Because every fucking podcast, I'm like, how long have we been doing this shit for?
I beat you to it. I think 40 minutes deep, we should hit the questions if there is. Anyway, like I was saying, there's a Discord, and it seems like a lot of people are going that route to ask the questions.
Yeah.
Instead of the email. Email is some boomer shit.
That's
Fuck the
bullshit.
email. Yeah,
that's some
whack.
bullshit. So Mike says that he might be here in January and February. That would be rad because we are gone March through June, pretty much. So if you're here, that'll work,
It'll
buddy.
be cold.
That'll work.
There might be snow.
And that would be rad. We'll talk about it on the podcast.
Yeah, be a good time.
All right, Harrison, can you hit us with some questionos?
So wait, are people actually following the rules and putting the questions in the questions thread? Okay.
We have a few questions through Twitch and a bunch of questions through Discord.
All right, let's fucking hit it.
All right,
let's go. Let's tackle it.
So first question comes from Twitch from Dassine. Terrible with names.
What was that really legendary name from last week?
I don't know.
Narlo Slamtana.
Narlo Slamtana. That's the number one Twitch name.
So good.
But this question's actually from about the show today. When you guys were talking about doing the music video, they were asking, are you guys allowed to say what song it's for?
Okay. Well, it's a song that they wouldn't know. It's a brand new song.
It is on YouTube.
What is
People
on YouTube?
have it on YouTube.
What?
People have put it on YouTube for us playing it live.
Yeah.
We might as well say.
Yeah.
It's for Absolute Zero.
Yeah, that's a new song. We've played it live on tour only.
Yeah. So go and check it out, but you're not really going to be able to hear it.
Yeah, it's going to be
it'll be awesome.
So yeah, we're doing a few songs off the new album. And
and then we have we're doing 2 more songs tomorrow, and
then
those songs you have not heard. You haven't heard these songs.
Yep. Well, that's not true. One of them they might have heard.
Chill out.
See, I got the big mouth.
Chill
I'll start
out, dude.
yapping away,
Chill
dude.
out.
Watch it with me.
Yeah. Chill.
All right.
Harrison.
Next question comes from Bindi Irwin.
Didn't go my way, that one.
Bindi Irwin. Did you hear that?
Bindi Irwin. Who is your celebrity crush?
Kate Winslet.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Kate Winslet is... I don't know. I'm trying to think.
Shannon doesn't I was her celebrity crush, and then it ended after that.
I don't know if I have a celebrity crush. I'm not like lusting after celebrities.
I'm not either, but I mean, if you had to ask me, Kate Winslet, I love her.
I guess Kate Winslet, you love her? Oh my God, are we getting a divorce?
No, she's a great. I love her acting. She's a great actress. That's what I meant to say.
Dude, what was the show we just
Mayor of
watched?
Easttown, dude.
Mayor of Easttown is fantastic.
Okay, so in that show, they downplayed her like appearance, right? She was a little more like
which Naveen noticed.
Rugged. She's like a police person.
She was
more
a
rugged.
police person. Yeah.
Amazing show.
It was fantastic.
Are you kidding me?
We should go and rewatch Mayor of Easttown.
Remember we were trying to find something to watch the other day?
Who is my celebrity crush?
And we rolled through, and I was like, there. I mean, we were like, you don't get shows like that. I mean, this is Kate Winslet we're talking about,
right?
You know, in a show. It's amazing.
Christian Bale.
Christian Bale, yeah. I like Christian Bale.
And Kate Winslet. She's like a fucking babe.
I know.
Kate Winslet is an OG babe.
I love Christian Bale too. He's awesome.
Yeah. So it looks like we're getting freebies for if Kate Winslet and Christian Bale come over.
Not happening. No freebies. A dinner, nice dinner, or podcast interview.
We'll have a nice podcast interview with them.
Oh God.
Wait, I want to see. I saw one question that was about someone's Spotify playlist, and I really want to judge that.
That could be for the post show on Twitch.
We can't do it on the pre-show.
I mean, well,
can we just the actual podcast. The
show.
If
we play the songs,
can we not play them and just go in through and look at the artists, and then we'll play them after the? Can we do that?
Sounds good. Whatever.
Do you really want to hurt me? I'm wishing that I could have
read the question. What's the question?
Oh, sorry.
God damn it. Bald. No, he's just bald.
Bald.
God damn it, bald.
BDE, bald daughter energy.
Oh my God, you know who my celebrity crush is? It's what's that comedian's name?
A comedian?
Yeah.
Carrot Top.
No, he's fucking. Hold on. Carrot Top? He is muscular.
While you're thinking about this,
yeah.
The question is, could Naveen and Cheney do a quick look at my Spotify profile and rate my music taste?
Okay. Yeah, I would love to.
It looks like he spent a lot of time on this.
Wait, is it recently played, or is it like, which are we supposed to go to?
Now, let's check his playlists out.
Yeah.
Temp Artist 2.
What's
aborted?
Temp mean? Aborted.
What's the next artist?
Yeah.
Oh, it's every aborted album ever.
I mean, do you want me to
it's
judge?
An aborted. That's
do you want me to judge already? You sound like a psycho, dude.
It's only aborted, basically. Breakcore, I wouldn't know. Igor, I've heard that.
Oh, Igor,
that's good,
okay.
Right?
Clowncore,
that's
which we were just talking about.
Dude,
that's weird. We were talking about it for before the podcast.
We were just talking about how when you say a word, it's going to come up again.
Mark Normand.
Wow.
Mark Normand.
Who's that?
A hot comedian.
Is he that guy that's on Joe Rogan all the time?
Yeah. He's hella hot.
Bastard. I hate that guy.
I love Kate
I don't
Winslet.
know. I mean, I don't know. Honestly, I couldn't.
Hold on, I'm judging.
rate it.
I'm judging a little bit.
I don't know these guys.
You have Gunship.
Yeah,
I know a lot of this.
If we were on
Lindsay Sterling, is that the fucking like violin player? I'm really judging that very hard. I listened to her Christmas album, and remember we tried to listen to her Disney Christmas violin playing, and it was just the cheesiest thing I've ever heard.
Cringe.
The Distillers, though, I love the Distillers. Agnostic Front, that was one of the first hardcore shows I went to. Agnostic Front kills it live.
Hardcore, I'd say this is a little more punk.
Yeah, this is actually not hardcore, man. So I'm judging your genre.
Should probably change it to punk.
That's Snot?
The first tip.
Snot isn't, that's like new metal. That's not hardcore.
But hey, the guy cares about his Spotify.
I like that. Man. I think you're holy shit.
I mean, look at this. Well, he's got. Let's look at the death metal. Let's go through the death metal real quick. Let's go through the death metal and then extreme metal question mark.
What about groove metal?
Okay, Cannibal Corpse.
Cannibal. You're getting a 10 out of 10 on that. Deicide. Morbid Angel.
Okay.
What Morbid Angel songs does he have? All right, he's got goods.
Yeah, he's got
altars.
altars.
He's killing it.
Okay.
I'm assuming that's a
Dying Fetus.
Corpse Grinder. Sick.
More Fetus.
I'm not sure what you want us to judge. Death.
I mean, even if I didn't like
Go to metalcore. Let's judge the metalcore.
Even if I didn't like any of the music, I would say you're doing an amazing job with how much music there is on this thing. Like, the guy cares, obviously.
Yeah. Okay, so far I'm not listening to
this is bumming me out. The metalcore one is bumming me out.
I mean, that's why I put it in the metalcore section, though, because I would never actually... That's why I wanted to come and click on it.
Yeah, I'm bummed off this, for sure.
Sea of Treachery, I would say they're more probably like deathcore.
Let's look at extreme metal question mark.
Yeah, let's look at extreme metal.
I don't know why there's a question mark.
Yeah, probably because All Shall Perish is not extreme metal.
Yeah, Born of Disaster.
I feel like, here's my judging.
I don't know if it's extreme metal, but
I feel like your genre labeling is a little weird. It's a little weird.
It's a little off. Infinite. I actually really like.
I mean, yeah, that's the thing. I like a lot of the stuff you've done, but I don't agree with where you.
It's getting more extreme. Yeah, it's getting extreme.
Which part is extreme?
Infinite Annihilator, Rings of Saturn.
That's like technical.
Slaughter to Prevail.
Dude, that's deathcore.
Well, extreme metal is not really a genre. It's just kind of like a
Cytotoxin is. I mean, here's the thing. I think you listen to a lot of sick bands. Aborted. I love all of these bands that you're putting. Let's go to the new metal playlist.
This one's really where he's gonna shine.
Yeah. Well,
Slipknot, obviously. Of course you've got starting Slipknot, it off solid.
Of course. I would argue that Linkin Park is not really new metal. Keep going. Dope, not new metal. Disturbed.
Well, what am I gonna do? Be like, what a great
Kid
new
Rock
metal
is
playlist.
for sure not new metal.
I don't know, really. I mean, that's kind of.
OTEP is
Cheney's favorite
definitely
band.
new metal.
That's what's Cheney's favorite band. Obviously,
that is my favorite.
Not a
band.
joke.
That is my favorite.
OTEP is what got me into like heavy metal.
Dude, OTEP is the first like sick. OTEP was a band that I was way into when I was a kid.
What's Bloody Wood?
I wish we could play it, but we can't.
We'll play it on the post show. We'll check it out.
Throwdown is definitely not new metal, dude. Oh my god.
The Baby Got Back cover.
That's honestly my biggest problem with your playlist.
Okay, the labeling's a little
But
off.
I actually think that you have like a really diverse sense of me. Like, I don't hate anything you've done. Let's go to post-hardcore because I like a lot of post-hardcore.
All right, then we got to go to the next question. The audience is getting bored off this fucking...
Dude, learn to fucking put your stuff in a genre.
My Chem? No.
My Chem is not post-hardcore. Dude, this is making my brain die. Billy Talent? Oh my fucking god. Oh my god. Keep going down. Falling in reverse? Dude, my brain's gonna explode. 3 Days Grace? Oh my god. Okay, let's stop looking at this.
Yeah, it's extremely problematic.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's extremely problematic. So, we don't want to be totally mean.
I feel like I was freaking out.
But yeah, that's not... The labeling is wrong.
Come on, man. And I know this because... Here's the thing. I pulled out all of our vinyl records earlier this year. And I like went through and labeled all of them. And I would hope that someone didn't have that visceral of a reaction to the way that I labeled the genres. Dude.
Cheney is elitist, confirmed.
I'm not an elitist, though. I just like want the genres to be like... Dude, post-hardcore, that's like Touche Amore, Citizen at times, like Balance and Composure, kind of. Like, dude, what was in that post-hardcore? Bullet for My Fucking Valentine? Jesus Christ. I like post-hardcore until I saw that list of the post-hardcore bands and I wasn't. That's what set it off. Oh my god. So really, I think you listen to a good you have a good mix of music. You listen to a lot of good music, but please
relabel.
Please relabel. Please relabel, for the love of God.
All right, next question.
Yeah,
Here we
next
go.
question from our good old friend Jake Scrappile. At what point do you think a band needs / should get a manager or booking agent?
Okay. Well, I think a booking agent should come first.
Yeah, pretty early on, booking agent, I guess.
A booking agent I would try to hook up with fairly early on, but I think that before anything, like, you need your band to have somewhat of a following. And also, don't get, like, booking agent who can't help you. You know what I mean? Like, don't get a booking agent who's like, my friend Steve is going to book us on Tuesday nights at the metal night. Wait until your band has enough of a following that you can get a booking agent who works with other bands, because the way that booking agents work, a lot of the times the tours that you see put together are put together through one booking agent. So you'll get a feel for like the type of bands that are on a booking roster.
Yeah, like they book all their bands kind of together a lot. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a thing to throw in the mix, but I think something to consider is you need to do all that you can all the time. Yeah. And then when you get a booking agent, it's not like anything really changes, or a manager for that matter.
Yeah, nothing changes.
You still hype. You know,
right.
You still got to do your side of the deal.
Yeah, because here's the thing, like a lot of what this whole world of touring and everything depends on is like, you can have the best manager in the world, but if your band can't draw, if there's no proven evidence that your band can draw, then you're not really going to get tours. You're not really going to get like much. Like a manager can help connect you with people, and a booking agent can help connect you with people. So the way that booking agents work generally is that like a headlining band will send out a notice that they're looking for bands to submit to their tour. And a bunch of bands will submit, and it'll be basically determined, like, sometimes it helps if you're friends with the band. Sometimes because, they recognize your name. Sometimes it helps if you have a ton of plays, if you draw really well, if the
same booking agent, it helps.
Yeah, sure. With the booking agent, it's like, the same booking agent. Having the same manager helps sometimes. But really what it comes to is that when people are putting together tours, they want to put together the tour that draws the most. And sometimes they have a budget. Sometimes there's only a certain amount of money they can spend on the first and second and third and fourth slots. So that will determine a lot of the time who they can afford to bring. But really, you do have to like be able to pull your weight. So I think that more importantly than either of these things is building up your band's like repertoire on the internet, playing shows, getting your name out there, having people hear about you, having people share your music.
If you just do that, the rest will come, man. Like, you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, so I guess what he's asking is when to get those things. And I think that it's best to not seek those things out, to get them when they come to you. Yeah. There are bands who are doing well who do not have a manager. And one band that I can bring up is Inferi. Inferi does not have a manager. And I know that when we toured with Archspire did not have a manager. Yeah. The dean was handling like all of their managerial duties. So there is this like kind of like smoke and mirrors thing going on that you like need a manager.
If we get a manager, we're going to be on the cover of Rolling Stone. It doesn't work like that.
Right. It does not work like that. People in the industry can only help you to a certain extent. You have to pull your weight, and you have to like work really hard. Most of the time, like signing to a label and getting management and a booking agent is just like the first step. It
still doesn't even matter.
It does not matter.
It's up to you to deliver the goods.
Exactly.
And that's really what matters. And you need to just keep your head down and work on that all the time.
Yeah. And with that being said, like, don't get a manager who comes at you and you're like a band who makes no money and they're trying to take 15% from you. Tell them to fuck off. And that you can manage yourself. Because if you're out there making connections and you can like, what a manager essentially does is kind of connects the dots and like helps you figure out, a lot of time they handle like budget and air travel and just getting you on, they kind of bring it all together. And a lot of bands actually do not need managers. I think that if you find a manager who's super sick, who manages other bands who you like kind of want to go in the direction of, and if the manager is like actually can bring something to the table.
I mean, if they manage a bunch of bands that you like, that's a good sign.
That's a good sign.
So you're like, hey, I like the trajectory of these bands. They're some of my favorite bands, kind of like what happened to us.
Right.
Then that makes sense, because if they trust this guy, then why shouldn't we?
Right. But at the same time, it's like a lot of bands self-manage, a lot of big bands, a lot of bands that you listen to self-manage. I know Carnifex was self-managing when we had Scott on the podcast. Oceano was self-managing until recently. There are, like, getting a manager, I think that sometimes people hold it to a higher degree than it actually should be.
Yeah, I mean, it's it's like increasing, you're trying to stack the odds in your favor. That's really that's all you can really do. You can't say, oh, if we do X, Y, Z, then we're going to be big. It's not like building a house. You have a plan and you do that, you're going to get a house.
Right.
With music, you're just trying to do all you can to stack the odds in your favor.
Right.
And I mean, a thing that we've always done is kind of looked at the worst case scenario in hiring somebody, or what's the worst case scenario that can happen out of this? You know, so if you consider that, and if the worst case scenario is not that bad, then go for it.
Right.
But yeah, like I said, everything that you're trying to do, you're trying to stack the odds in your favor to get as far as possible.
Yeah. And honestly, when I think you need to get a manager is if business gets so good and you're getting offers that are like really good offers, but you think you could like increase the money on the offers. Like when you need a manager is like probably higher up in the like being, or it's like further along in the band career path than most people would anticipate it being. I think you need a manager when it comes to like negotiating contracts and dealing with touring, like negotiations, honestly. When it comes to like dealing with business aspects, and because I think that a lot of people who are self-managed will kind of give in to things a little easier.
Yeah.
And that's really when, so if you're not dealing with like business deals and like high stakes offers, then I would say do not get a fucking manager. Unless someone comes to you who has all of these other things that we're talking about.
Yeah, and if it's something that there's nothing wrong with experimenting.
Yeah.
You could try it out. Hey, let's see where this goes.
Yeah.
That's kind of
don't sign contracts. Don't sign contracts.
Don't sign contracts. Not a good thing.
Yeah, don't sign contracts that are for, I don't know. If anything seems sketchy, it's sketchy.
In summary, keep your head down. Do your fucking thing. And the managers and
the things will come to you.
They'll come to you.
Yeah.
And just ride that out.
Right.
And honestly, like I said, once you get the manager, the booking, nothing changes. I mean, Cheney and I have done nothing but like work harder since getting a manager and a booking.
I know.
It's like we got a manager now. Let's just fucking kick our feet. No, it's like we're fucking. Oh, let's start a Twitch.
Now you work harder because you want your manager to have something to work
exactly.
for.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's
there's
all
no proven direct path. It's all stacking the odds in your favor.
Yeah, it's all experimentation.
Yep. Hope that answers your question.
Yeah. All right. Any other questions?
Yeah. This one's from Cat Dog Salad. What's the story behind the pizza death tattoo?
Okay. So for those of you who don't know, I have a tattoo on my shin.
Thanks for the
that
penis.
Says pizza, and it's in the style of the death tattoo, death logo. This is actually a pizza place's logo from Portland called Sizzle Pie. And if you look up Sizzle Pie on Instagram, you'll see they have shirts with the logo on there. We were on, so I've always thought that was really cool. My thing that I really like with tattoos is taking two things and like putting them together. So I have like this rose on my arm. It's a rose and a MIDI cable. So I like that kind of silly shit. That's what I like. So when I saw that pizza logo, I was like, I gotta fucking get that a tattoo. That'd be sick. And then we were on tour on the Archspire tour, and Rob had a friend who was down to tattoo us before the show in Houston. And I was just like, I know what I'm getting the fucking Sizzle Pie logo.
Bingo.
And bada boom, got it done. So now I'm thinking about getting the whole leg a pizza leg. So I was thinking of getting the Chuck E. Cheese band as a black metal, like corpse paint Chuck E. Cheese band. I think that'd be kind of cool. And then I had some other ideas, but I don't know, not sure.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and that's actually leads me to another thing that I was talking about. So when Duncan was on last week, he was talking about AI art a lot. And so I kind of like got into the Mid-Journey thing, which is like this AI art. You tell it what to make. And I always try to get it to like blend two weird things together. And it sort of has a hard time with it. Like everything I've done has been like alien drum thing. You know, like I'm trying to get it to like make a half creature, half drum set type thing. And sometimes it works, but sometimes it's just a little weird.
Yeah, I think that there are like special anecdotes or whatever that you have to throw in it. Prompts.
Yeah, prompts. You got another prompts.
Precisely.
But that's the story behind the death tattoo.
That's the story, and I'm sticking to it. Are there any more questions?
Yeah, Wanted Peak asks...
oh, that's Chris Sanchez.
Oh, yeah.
When you're on tour and you start the drive to the next town after a show, what's your go-to artist you listen to for the drive?
Usually, well, it just depends. I like to listen to full albums. I like listening to ISIS, or like, you know, I listen to all the stuff I named earlier, like Emma Ruth Rundle or Chelsea Wolfe. I like to go to stuff, or I have a playlist. I remember one day I was driving like all night, and I listened to that Cloud Kicker Live with the Intronaut album. And as the sun rose, one of those songs started, and I don't know, it was pretty sick. But
yeah.
there's no typical go-to. I listen to a lot of podcasts.
There's definitely like some epic drive nights, and I think it's fortunate when you're looking forward to something that you really want to hear on a drive, because it can get really boring if you don't have anything you want to hear. Like a lot of times I'll just not listen to anything and just fucking sit there and drive.
I know, yeah. Well, because it's so hard after leaving a show.
Yeah, you're like I don't really want to hear
anything.
But there's definitely some standouts for me. Like the first time I heard Batushka, I was like, I saw something about them on Instagram or whatever. And I was like, well, that band looks crazy. I'm gonna check them out tonight on the drive. Mm-hmm. And then, yeah, me and
Mike.
Yeah, me and Mike stayed up late because he's way into black metal. Mm-hmm. And we were like, fuck, this is sick. Actually, both the mics. We had two mics with us at the time.
We had hella crew.
Yeah, and we were like listening to it like, dude, this is fucking sick. This is hella like evil as fuck. And we stayed up super late and drove through like the mountains of Denver, actually.
Yeah, it's always sick to listen to like, I like Opeth on the East Coast, driving through all like the forests and.
Or sometimes you'll be out in the desert and they'll be like this. I remember this one night, actually, I can't remember who I was listening to, but I was driving through the desert and it was like a lightning storm. And I'm just sitting there driving, like probably, I don't know, Opeth or something.
Yeah. It can get really like, real out there.
This is really sick. It's like, yeah, there's definitely a cool vibe when you have, and it used to be, I feel like it used to be a little bit more because music wasn't so readily available. You didn't have every single thing you wanted to hear all the time.
Yeah.
So, like, we would meet people on tour, and you'd like exchange, like, you'd be like, oh, let me hit up your iTunes, you know, and you'd like plug your iPod into their thing.
I remember even when we were on tour with the Contortionists, like Jordan had a bunch of music. Yeah.
And you'd be like, I'm so stoked for the drive tonight because I got all this like new shit to check out.
Frank would like Frank had an iPod with him that he would bring on tour, and we listened to like Big Business and a lot of like,
that's fun.
You know, Frank type shit.
Yeah, totally. I remember actually like when in Animosity, like Leo was the first person to have an iPod, and it was just like the iPod. Like, can I get the iPod? And like you just.
That's crazy.
Throw something on.
Yeah, sometimes you want to go nostalgia jams. I'll hit country a lot of the time. Like I like George Strait and stuff. Yeah, it just depends. Also, if I'm like driving through a place, like sometimes a place reminds me of an album that I want to listen to. So, just depends.
Yeah, I didn't do shuffle though. I was like anti-shuffle.
Yeah.
You got to listen to the whole album before Spotify.
I like listening to whole albums.
Yeah, I still do that too.
Yeah.
Preferably.
I like it.
Yeah.
Air is a constant go-to for us.
Good go-to. That's a bingo item at this point.
Yeah. All right.
But a lot of death metal. I like death metal sometimes. Yeah, jam that. Now, after a show, death metal, I'm kind of like.
I'm on tour.
Out.
I'm straight up not listening to any death metal.
Yeah, on the last tour, I was actually kind of on the hunt for new death metal, so I was listening to death metal quite a bit.
On one tour, I just would, I don't drive a lot, so on one tour after the shows, I was just pulling up No Doubt Tragic Kingdom live. There's a live DVD, and I would just watch it. Gwen Stefani, honestly, is
I went to that tour.
An incredible front person.
What do you think about that?
Incredible.
Janie?
I think that's cool.
I went to that tour. Tragic Kingdom tour.
I think you were actually at the show that
Dude,
was filmed.
I was
filmed.
in 5th grade or 6th grade.
But I mean the one that was filmed.
Yeah, I think I was there.
Yeah.
I've
watched that a lot.
Yeah, I was 12. Mm-hmm. It was one of my first shows.
Yeah, I like to watch live shows. I like to see good performers. I mean, yeah.
So that's what we listen to.
Any other questions?
Yeah, Trevi has one. If you had to tour with 4 metalcore bands, who would they be?
Oh my God.
See, I don't really know what metalcore is anymore. Apparently it's
I don't either.
era and that type of stuff.
Yeah, it's pop music.
To me, metalcore was Swedish metal back in the day. You know,
to me, metalcore is
Through.
Kill Switch Engage and Bleeding Through and Norma Jean.
So that would be the lineup. There we go.
I would say,
Done.
let's say
Bleeding Through,
Martyr AD.
Are they metalcore?
I think so. Who the fuck knows anymore, dude?
I know.
Well,
that dude, what was that list about?
I know.
That scared me. Because I was like, dude, I don't know anything.
Maybe we're wrong.
I would tour with
point.
Era. I'd like to tour with Era.
We did tour.
Yeah, we have. I would say let's go Kill Switch Engage, Bleeding Through, Norma Jean, and Era.
That was we needed 4?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's just off the top of my head.
Fuck it.
I'm sure there are other metalcore. Someone out there is calling Black Dahlia Murder metalcore. Which, speaking of, we have tickets. We're going to the first Black Dahlia show with Brian on vocals. I'm very excited to go to that show. I'm a huge Black Dahlia fan, and I wouldn't be the musician I am without Black Dahlia, without Trevor, without all of those guys. I'm so stoked to see.
We're gonna road trip it
live. We're gonna road trip it. Yeah, I can't fucking wait. I'm literally going to cry and mosh, and it's gonna be a fun time. It's gonna be a good time. Shout out to Macklin Bean who bought our tickets for us because they sold out. Any other questions?
Yeah, the Slord asks, do you think the culture around smoking a joint with fans has changed since COVID?
Not if you're me. Nope.
Yeah,
I'll be out there smoking.
I don't think
so.
I think metal culture doesn't change.
Yeah.
It's just always the same.
I think at first it was a little
Something
weird, you
it.
want to hit this or what? But dude,
it's for 5 minutes, is this what? And then you hit it one time, and then
and then you're too high to remember that COVID ever happened, and you're like,
metal stays the same, man. It's just.
I don't think the culture with smoking joints has changed at all because most of us who smoke weed are kind of hippies, and we're like,
it is what it is,
dude. Yeah,
they're gonna smoke.
Yeah,
smokers gonna smoke.
Smokers, they gonna smoke.
Yeah.
We good?
Should we take some more questions, or we should probably go over to the Twitch?
Yeah, all right. We're going to roll it over to the Twitch. Thank you guys for coming. We love y'all, as usual. We're really tired from shooting all these music videos, but we can't wait for you guys to see them.
I'm surprised we've lasted this long, to be honest.
Me too. Yeah, have a good fucking week.
That was a good time.
Me too. Thanks, Harrison. Have a good week, you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out, for listening to us bullshit.
Peace.